Hello, my name is Lara and welcome back to my channel. Here I talk all things makeup no buy, conscious consumerism, ethical and sustainable beauty. Today I am filming part 2. If you missed my part 1, you can check it out here. And in that video I talked about the history of fast makeup and how it compares to fast fashion, sort of similarities and differences, where it started. And in this video I'm going to be talking about if there is hope for the future, if YouTube is a source of good or bad in the sustainable beauty industry, and if makeup can be recycled. As well, I will be discussing what we as consumers can do to create a shift in the industry and really change things for the positive. So let's get to it. If you're interested in ethical beauty or just analyzing the way that the YouTube beauty community works, I have made some videos doing deep dives into why declutters are bad and why you should go on makeup no buy, so check that out here. But otherwise, let's hop right into it. So in terms of recycling, are there ways to dispose of makeup in a positive way, in a more sustainable way? You can recycle some products, but not everything can be recycled. I mean, they're refillable packaging now, but this isn't the norm in the industry yet. Another problem is that we don't know how to recycle makeup, or if you do, it's because you've really done your homework. Companies do not make it easy to figure out how to recycle. These big makeup companies haven't really made that a part of their mission to teach people how to recycle makeup because it never mattered. I mean, I've never even recycled my makeup, and this is like what I'm all about. I do have my products saved just over there, ready to be recycled when I have the chance. I'm hopeful that we will see a real change. I know that there is TerraCycle, and they do take some makeup products, and there's also companies like L'Occitane which recycle makeup products, but I don't know what their restrictions are. And it's just frustrating that this is not even of importance to these huge companies who create so much waste every single year. If you're recycling a can of beans, you know what to do with that. But if you're recycling a lipstick tube, where does that go? And then there's also so many products that are intended to be single use. Think of makeup wipes or Q-tips. That's not specifically makeup, but personal care, cotton pads, even things that need to be replaced frequently, like a beauty blender. I mean, how long are you supposed to keep your beauty blender before replacing it? Now on to the next topic. What will the future bring? Is there hope for change? There's a couple things that I've seen as super promising. The first is recyclable packaging. There are a lot of eyeshadow palettes that are made of cardboard rather than plastic, and I think that we really need to be encouraging companies to make this sort of packaging because it's recyclable and it's much better to manufacture. Another thing is refillable products. Now this isn't super common yet, but I know that Charlotte Tilbury did this with their most recent launch or makeup line. I've seen it with the bronzer, and I recently got this lipstick. This is the Hot Lips lipstick, and I actually didn't know that it was refillable, but right there you can see it says refillable. Now I know I'm on a makeup no buy, but it was my birthday recently and this was a present, so I actually have not used it yet, but I'm very excited about it. And the fact that it's refillable, I think that all, at least high-end products, makeup companies should be working on making their products refillable. I know this will be more difficult at a lower price point of makeup, but hopefully it will become the norm in the beauty industry. Another possible reason to hope for change is the emergence of more ethical companies like zero waste companies or biodegradable packaging. I'm seeing a lot of these sort of indie brands pop up, and this is great. If they can make a large enough impact on the market, then maybe they can inspire larger companies to take on these sort of changes. Just to compare this to the fashion industry, I know Grace Beverley's line Tala, it's British. This is a clothing brand, and they are super ethical, very sustainable, made with mostly recycled materials. And there is a sort of back and forth of, well, if you are creating the product, then you are creating more of a demand, and there's going to be more people buying these products, so you're actually making things worse. There are more things being manufactured because you have created this company. But on the other side, if people are going to buy products anyways, isn't it better that they buy products that have been made from recycled water bottles? This kind of thing. I will pop in this really interesting story that Grace posted, and at the end of the day I think that it's a good thing that these more ethical and sustainable brands are emerging. Even if it means that more product is being created, I think it will help engender change. Alright, now YouTube as a source for good or bad. So YouTube was the gateway drug for me. It is what got me into the door of makeup and what got me interested, and honestly what taught me everything that I know. And initially it was a negative source in my life in terms of sustainability. I definitely bought way too many makeup products and I never finished them, and I never thought twice about where they were made, how they were made, if they were ethical or sustainable or whatnot. But in recent years, YouTube has been the reason that I have gone on a makeup no-buy. I am actually in my second year of makeup no-buy right now. I started in January 2019 and I don't think that I will be stopping anytime soon. And I think we're seeing this real emergence of a no-buy project pan kind of community on YouTube, and this is a lot of what I'm exposed to these days, which is incredible. I think that encouraging people to finish off their products and think more mindfully is exactly what we need in the beauty community. We do not need people who are continually posting hauls and partnerships with companies that have questionable ethics. Influencers totally play into this mass consumerism by continually posting hauls and having partnerships with companies and encouraging their viewers to buy these products because, you know, usually they have a discount code with them. I think that YouTube is a huge part of the reason that the makeup industry has become the size that it is today. And I honestly don't know what my relationship would be like with makeup if I hadn't discovered YouTube when I did. I've been watching YouTube videos since 2010, so it's been a full decade now. And then, I mean, some collections are clearly just novelty items. Like if you look at some of the Morphe or even ColourPop collections, like there was a Coca-Cola line. I'm sorry, that's just straight up advertising. So there are really some problems in the beauty industry. The problems don't start and end with fast makeup. It started way before that. We're just seeing the next stage and how this all feeds into the YouTube space and how the YouTube community feeds capitalism and feeds the beauty industry. All right, now I've laid everything out. So let's talk about what you can do today, what we can all do as consumers to change things for the better. Because if you're watching this, you probably care about the environment, you care about changing the industry for the better. So let's discuss how to make a change. First thing you can do is to buy less. Now, I'm not gonna say go on a makeup no-buy because I know that is, not everyone can do that. Not everyone has the self-restraint or whatever you wanna call it. I've been on a makeup no-buy, but if you just wanna go on a low buy or even try to budget your spending or control your spending or just write down how much you are spending, whatever you need to do to try to buy less makeup, even if you wanna just start with watching YouTubers who do makeup no buys or low buys or project pans to sort of encourage you to think more about what you are consuming and what you are getting rid of or getting bored of, get you to like your current collection and use your collection more. If you are interested in more videos about how to use up your collection and why makeup no buys are so important, then you can check this out here. I have a lot of videos about this kind of stuff. And on that note, invest in the makeup that you buy. And I don't just mean in money, but in terms of time, how much time you spend thinking about which items you should get. Really think through the products that you're getting and ensure that it is worthwhile and you're going to want it a year from now, 2 years from now, and you're going to use up the whole thing. Think about the end point of that makeup. Can you see yourself hitting pan on that eyeshadow? Can you see it getting thrown in the garbage? Think about that. Another thing to bring up is voting with your dollar. We can see how this changes things, how it's important to support the brands that we want to exist and to fund, to show that these are the kind of ethics that we want companies to reflect. And I mean, right now it's so important to not purchase from Amazon. Stop purchasing from Amazon. I am going to link an article down below about how voting with your dollar is a little bit problematic, but at the end of the day, this is the system that we exist in and this is what we can do for now. So support the brands that align with your ethics and don't support the brands that don't. Another thing, do not buy single-use items. Find alternatives for these things. Stop buying makeup wipes, start washing your face with just a regular cleanser. You can buy cotton rounds instead of cotton pads or whatever you call them. I have some of these. I just throw them in the wash and you can use them again and again. So find items that are reusable. This ties back to another great thing to do is to get better acquainted with the collection you have. This is why I'm such a huge proponent of Project Pan and Makeup No Buys, because it requires you to get better acquainted with your collection and use the items that you already have. I talk about all of this in other videos, so I will link those here if you want more information about that. When you are demanding better from companies, if you are seeing no change, if they're not aligning with your values, if you're not sure if they align with your values, do your research on them. Really try to learn more about them and what they stand for. Are they cruelty-free? If you're vegan but not buying cruelty-free makeup, that doesn't really add up. So really learn more about the companies that you're buying from, not just in makeup, but honestly in everything, wherever you put your dollar. Learn about how sustainable they are. Okay, I actually have a couple more points, but I think that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are interested in more content like this, definitely subscribe to my channel and let me know if you like this video and what resonated with you, what you want me to talk more about. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye. I feel like this could be 2 videos. Like, how long have I been filming?